this isn't probably where Baylor and Texas Tech expected to be at this stage of the season, but the Bears and Red Raiders have identical 2-3 overall records, 1-1 in the Big 12 as they go into Saturday's game at McLane Stadium. So despite that, both should come into this game with a fair amount of momentum. The Red Raiders drilled Houston last week, 49-28, scored some on special teams, scored, had a bunch of offense. First Big 12 win of the season for the Red Raiders. And then meanwhile, all Baylor did was complete the largest comeback in school history. I think Zach and I still don't know what happened there. That was just incredible. They overcame a 28-point hole in the second half to stun UCF 36-35. So this has historically been a really tight series between Tech and Baylor. How do you guys see it matching up? Don, go ahead.
Last I checked, Texas Tech was a 1-point favorite, which if Texas Tech actually goes to Waco and wins, it'll be significant for the Red Raiders and their fans in the sense that winning on the road has been very elusive for Joey McGuire's teams. They've really, only done it once. They won up at Iowa State last season in mid-November, the coldest game I've ever covered. It was 22 degrees at kickoff, and it was 11 degrees when the game ended that night.
Yikes.
Tech won 14-10, and the thing that makes that, unique is that's the only true road game that Tech has won since the beginning of last season. They did have a very impressive bowl performance, beating Ole Miss 42-25 at the Texas Bowl last year. Third game from start to finish against a good solid SEC team. But on the road, it's been a struggle. They opened the season losing as a 2-touchdown favorite at Wyoming, and then lost as a touchdown favorite at West Virginia. So still looking for a road win. And I was just thinking about this before I came on with you guys. I don't remember. Something's slipping my mind. I don't remember the last Texas Tech at Baylor game played at night. Seems like every time I've been down there, it's been an afternoon game. But so anyhow, that aside, I think Texas Tech has something to prove, that in a game that's viewed as a close game that could go either way, they can actually win a game on the road.
Yeah, no doubt. Meanwhile, it's been a little bit different for Dave Aranda's team. Certainly last year, for all of Baylor's sort of ups and downs, they were pretty good on the road. They had some kind of signature.
They're very good on the road out here.
Yeah, I was going to say, including on Patrick Mahomes' night in Lubbock, they spoiled the party there for sure. And then went on the road, beat Oklahoma in Norman. So Zach, they're at home. They haven't been good at home this year.
Well, I think, as someone who picked the winner of this game to go to the Big 12 championship game in the preseason, I don't think that's necessarily going to happen now. But I think it's going to be a really, really close, hard-fought game. I'm expecting a really good game to come down to the end. The rushing attack for Texas Tech, I think they had over 200 yards against Houston. I know that at least in the first half against UCF, Baylor, the defense was giving up like 13 yards a play. And I know that was some big plays and some broken coverages and everything, but still that number, I think that's a way that Texas Tech could exploit Baylor, especially now without middle linebacker Mike Smith, who's out for the season with an ACL, a torn ACL. So, I think that there are some advantages for both sides. Like I said, the rushing attack for Texas Tech, and I think the passing game for Baylor is starting to come along. So I think it's going to be a really, really close game, and a good one. Like I said, I don't know if it's going to be Big 12 championship. The winner is going to the Big 12 championship. But again, it's a good rivalry game.
Yeah, no doubt it is. And I think both of you guys make some good points that, you know, I think it could be high scoring just because, again, as Zach said, Baylor's defense certainly was getting gashed early and often in that UCF game and still has some things to figure out. I don't think that, you know, comeback over UCF is necessarily just a magic pill for Baylor. You know, they still have things they have to get cleaned up. You know, for a good 3.5 quarters, it was pretty ugly for the Bears, and then they caught fire, and you know, it was pretty incredible. We'll see how this one goes.